Okay.
There's
You
fat that keeps in.
you think I wanted you to bring that to me, but I don't. I want that for you. Just you, my friend. I have measured this so that around that giant plant, you will get 16 petals. And we will work side by side for a bit. Here, talk to the people, Rue.
Hi, people, Rue. No, hey, that's wrong. And I actually got to bring these back over there. So. But I'm not going to leave you staring at nothing. So I'm just going to stand here and talk to the camera.
If you're good at something, Rue, it's standing there.
Standing here, doing nothing. Sure. Hello, sir, and Rue.
Hello! I'm still here, I exist.
Danger noodles.
There was an oxygen bottle top over there, and now it's gone.
There was an oxygen bottle top. I don't know where it went.
You know what I can use? If you can't find an oxygen bottle top, a human head will do.
This is where I look worried.
Human head. Work fine. Those, I have.
Oh, okay. Woo! Not me this time. For once.
Okay.
Okay. Hey!
Hi. Corey, I'm on the YouTubes.
Hello, YouTube. And show that on Friday.
All right, so I want the heat gun plugged in, not the hot glue gun yet. I want a round, hard surface. This is a plaster head form.
Corey, Jason.
I know I said pool noodle madness, but right now it's going to be EVA foam madness for just a bit.
I found 3 cans of Greek stuff. Yes, the bed is hot. Okay, before we get started.
These
go
are
ahead and bring
petals
them up here.
to go around that flower.
Another, like, before we
Yeah.
follow those.
Yes. You can kill a man with that. With these
glue.
giant glue sticks, which are great glue, but they're all stuck together. I think it's hot in here. It's getting hot in here, so break up all your glue.
He broke like half of them.
No, I broke 3.
And we're completely at 2x12.
He broke like 6.
No,
Don't let
I
him lie
broke
to you.
3 to make 6. All right, so here we go.
Human head will totally work.
But you can see how a oxygen bottle would have been better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to give it that nice dish shape that a leaf has.
Funny because
I want to give a little kink right here at the edge. I'm on the edge of the broken heart. So I'm at work, so I can barely read the comments, and yeah. No fancy stuff. See, we're turning this EVA foam into something like a petal. And see how this is curved?
Mm-hmm.
This glues to the barrel, which will go around.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So,
Glues to the barrel.
yep, right behind the plant.
Behind the plant. So we're going to
Right
trim the
behind
plant, to face
Yes,
over.
you're going to trim the plant. And maybe right now, you want to go and trim that plant with a good knife.
Maybe.
Is the plant stuck to the barrel yet?
No.
Okay, do you want to trim the plant before you stick it to the barrel?
Probably not.
Okay,
Because then it's going to make it much harder to put the
right.
petals on.
So put it on, contact cement, and then No contacts. Screws and washers. Okay?
Yeah.
Towards the back.
Yep.
All right.
Trim it.
And I will then henceforth do the Chronos full noodle madness right now.
Or do I? Do I trim it now? Or do we get pedals on and then trim it?
You are wasting time by thinking
Yes.
twice.
You're right.
Just think once and then start doing it.
Okay. We got screws and washers over there already.
Full noodle madness, I say. What am I doing? I'm making really long vines out of these pool noodles. And that's a pretty good bong. And now I have a 4 pool noodle long pool noodle. And that's probably good. I'll do a couple of 4. I bought 100 pool noodles today because they was on sale at the Walmart. Yeah, if you can find one with pool noodles, they're down as low as 50 cents. Okay. Lots of pool noodles. Old man mode, activate. Hey, now I can read comments. You should be working, Pops on Tube. Hello, Hugo. I'll ask Rue where his necklace is when I see him. Hello. Mostly all hellos. That's good because I really can't answer a lot of questions, but I'll look. Hi, Kim. We're on YouTube, just so you know. Okay. I don't really need a sharp knife when dealing with pool noodles.
Go ahead. Should be one at the end of the warehouse, not all there too much.
I'm cutting a wedge out. And I'm not going to remove this piece. I'm going to keep that in there. And I'm going to rotate that 90. I'm going to cut another wedge out. Now I have this, and I have this, which I can heat together to get a nice tapered end. You should probably wear gloves. Let's face it, I should probably wear gloves. But here we are. Both of us not wearing gloves. Okay, now I've got a tapered end on it. I only didn't test it on my hand because I needed both hands to hold something. So it's not as much progress as you think. All right, so this is how long are these noodles? These are what, 5 foot long? No, these are probably 4.5. They're this tall, so they're, yeah, that's 4 foot, I think. All right, so they're 4 foot. Now this is a 16-foot long tentacle now, but I actually want to reinforce these joints a little bit. So I'm going to cut Pool Noodle up and use it to wrap around. Tentacles. So I'm making plant tentacles. Yeah, so they're tentacles, but they're going to be for a plant, not for a octopus. But I still want it a little beefier down at the end. So I'm going to give a big lazy spiral to this. See, I'm just letting it feed. How'd that go?
Under the barrel excellently. Cutting extra fringe off of it, not so much. We have to attach the petals to the barrel, or can we attach them to the latex?
If we attach them to the latex,
It's very well attached to the barrel.
we can attach them to the latex, but you need to cut extra pieces of foam because if you glue to the barrel, it's a solid thing. If you glue to the latex, they're going to flop forward or back. So then cut 16 strips that you glue to the back here, and you can then attach to the barrel to give them a brace so they don't fall forward or backwards. See how I'm making that now?
You'll see what I'm talking about. I still need a better knife than this cut through there. That stuff is gold.
Yes, I've seen Pool Noodle corpsing. And I did what my real goal was, which was to reinforce that seam that I've got there. I'm going to corpse this once I get these mounted to the wall where I want them, because why would I want to corpse a bunch of stuff that's not going to be seen and will be attached to the wall? See, now I'm getting a nice, this feels more viney, and like where that seam is, it's now way stronger.
Are we gonna use the glue gun out here or in there?
Well, in there, because that's where the
I'll
stuff
take it
is.
in there and get it warm enough.
Well, you got to shape all these petals first.
Yes.
So I'd wait on that.
Wait, got it. I need more reach out of you.
I'll do the other side. And now this one, I'm going to taper this because I'm not going to use all of it. Nice lazy turn on this. If I curled it really tight, I can do that, but I would lose a lot of length. No man wants to lose length when he's making props. Take your tags off, kids. Sure enough, they'll fall off later after you paint it and reveal bright blue pool noodle. Never let them see your noodle raw. Even that little bit, it can cool down a little bit too much. So I don't really like to do that. And now I've got so much tentacle over there, it's getting harder to turn. Okay, but now, see how that gives me a nice taper? Would you grab the other end of my tentacle, sir?
I'd love to.
Thank you. But now those are heat bonded together. Oh, thank you.
Go ahead. 10-4, I'm grabbing a trash can. Sure.
All heat bonded together, and this is the thick end, and then as you go, it'll taper a little bit and get down skinnier. And I think I'm actually going to do one more piece, the other piece of that blue, and I'll wrap it around down here and make this base even a little more thicker for the last 4 feet. Hello, Beatrice Mueller. I am doing well, thank you. Pipe insulation I don't recommend. It's not dense enough. I'm gonna corpse these in place. I'm not gonna corpse them out here. No, you're all good. I'm just trying to learn. I mean, I'm just trying to know what you guys are talking about. Okay, and again, I'm doing one more tentacle at the base. And I think that's the longest one I'll do. I think the rest that I do are going to be 3 pool noodles together and not 4. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to taper this end real quick. Now that I'm at this end, so I'm pushing and rolling. I'm pushing the heat. I mean, I'm shooting the heat away from my hand, so it's not really affecting me. Now I have a nice and thick base tentacle that goes down to one with a single wrap, that single wrap ends. And if this tentacle ended here, I think that'd be perfect. This is a little too long, but we are at a point. Let me pull that apart at that. This is the seam. See where they're glued together? Pull that apart. That's how good of a seam that is. I'm just going to cut it. And I'm going to cut out where it was glued. And now this will be the end of a different tentacle, and I'm going to sharpen this one in that same way pretty much. Yeah, so I can make these whatever thickness I want with this technique. Ryan Visengard, if you watch him on TikTok, or R Visengard, or on Instagram, he shares his TikToks. He just made tentacles very similar, but he wrapped them in plastic and then heat shrunk the plastic around, and they looked great. He was at the very first monster camp that we had. He came to the very first one. We'll leave that in. Come to a dead 90. Pull that out. There we go. Now that'll make a nice pointed tentacle in. It does not take much heat at all. Like these got a residual glue on this side. Okay, so now I have a nice 12-foot tentacle. This is a monster plant that's going in a room that is 8 by 8. So, because the room is only 8 by 8, 12-foot tentacles coming out of the corner of it, that's going to be pretty good, you know. This is strong. Like, I would almost be willing to like climb up this if it were one piece. It's very easy to make them move. Right now, I don't have time to make them move, but all you have to do, listen, flying crank ghost. But instead of the arms and head of a ghost, you have your flying crank ghost just pick up a wire on the middle of this tentacle, and then you've got 3 nice moving tentacles, or however many if you want to split it. So a flying crank ghost mechanism is what I would use to make this move. Just a giant puppet. So there you go. Now let us make another tentakill. And this may end up being YouTube Wednesday tomorrow. We'll see how life goes. But this is almost tutorial-esque. And cool, lots. Taking off the stickers, working fools. Tentacles have been the bane of prop makers since the dawn of time. They're just tough to do. That's it, that's bonded. And I'm only doing 3 together, so this will go fast. I should have used the one over there that's already pointed, huh? Okay. Go ahead and point. Yeah, I'll point this in. Pointing the end by just cutting out wedges. You want to make sure you cut all the way through, but I leave that cut piece in there. It's taking up space. And then I flip to a 90. I'm going to cut that same wedge. With the skinny end up top, of course. I'm going to remove material towards the base. That's my goal. And all like this whole pattern of cutting, if you watch people like cut watermelon or melons for, you know, cooking stuff, very interesting. Maybe these kind of wedge cuts. All right, now, if you want like a tremor style tentacle, like you're done, you know, just heat that up. And you know what, let's end that one this way. Let's end this tentacle this way. Because I hang out. Just do a little bit of shaping here with heat. And now, the end of this, it feels just very grabby. It's like, you know, and I'll put a few little petals around the end there. So even this tentacle ends in a grabby flower. This is for a plant monster, so there you go. So I'll do a couple of these tentacles will be grabby flower ends, and a couple will be just like this, that same exact cut. And then I just heat bonded it back together to make it pointe. It's so pointe. It's like this tentacle is going to be all blue, but I just happen to be grabbing blue ones. Cut this in half. Be careful with knives, because knives are sharp. Let's come over here for some hot tentacle action. Hot because of the heat gun does not mean what you think it means. Hold on. Dayglow, DAY-GLO, is the brightest UV paint. pumpkin teeth on the plant monster. No, the taper is, it's all just, I'm showing you. I'm about to do it again. I'm wrapping Pool Noodle around Pool Noodle. I think you guys ought to be over there. That's what you guys want. You want to stare right at my belly. I know, I can tell. I'm picking up your signals. I actually want this one on top, so now I can roll it. See, now that's bonded. That's bonded together. You do not need a lot of heat. Well, you need a lot of heat. You don't need prolonged exposure. It becomes pliable and meldable very fast. Okay, so now that's one. I'm going to do one more halvesy. Join my halvesy. And the whole point of me putting the wrap around is to make this end thicker, yes, but also I don't want this joint in the same spot as this joint, because these joints are very strong, but they're still the weakest part, in my opinion. That may not actually be scientifically true, but that's how I feel, so that's what I'm going to tell you. I've done no science to support that claim. If you're burning yourself, you're doing something wrong. Doesn't mean stop, it means start recording.
Hey, Dark Hour.
Hey Jake, play with that tentacle.
Home Depot today.
Are they just melted together? Or did you glue them?
Heat bonding. Heat bonding is the best way to do pool noodles.
What kind of paint do you use on this?
Well, you have to prime it first, and you prime it with contact cement thinned with xylene, 5-to-1. 5 xylene to 1 contact cement. And once it's primed, any kind of paint will stick.
I saw a Japanese movie with one of these.
Yeah? Yeah. Family show on YouTube, Jake. Family show. Lead us not into hentai. Therefore, yeah, don't send me to the valley of hentai. So here's something cool about my job. I worked on a set 2 sets ago, and that was my favorite set. Oh no, 3 sets ago, and that was my favorite set. I worked on a set 2 sets ago, and then that was my favorite set. I worked on a set, well, and now this set I think is going to be my favorite set. That's why this job is great. How'd your flowering go?
Good.
Glad I didn't say deflowering, aren't you?
Yes. Well, I guess I can't say good. I broke the #1 rule of Persona blades.
You cut yourself? Nice tape on your finger. Did you check it to see if it was sharp?
I did. Turns out.
They're always sharp.
#1 rule of Persona blade. Don't put anything that you don't want cut in front of it.
Right across top.
And while cutting thick latex with burlap in it, skip slice.
I'm willing to bet that somewhere Robert Corey is no longer accident prone. Because you have certainly picked up that mantle. Okay, so that's that much. And now I'm going to do another one down here. This piece I will do opposite. Yeah.
Whose head is this?
I don't know. I think his name is Eric. Heat gun.
Just getting a feel for it.
What you need, Ivan? What kind?
A hot black spring. Really short.
I think there's a few cans on the black thing. Put like a partial box in there.
We're making tentacles. Look at this tentacle. This is for a plant. So it's a plant tentacle. Oh, cool. Like that's long, kind of
Lady.
cool. Yeah, maybe.
Wanna roll my Mercedes?
I'm just applying the heat and letting them make contact. Okay. And that one doubled up right on top. I should have crisscrossed. Cross.
Gonna make you jump.
Jump. You know what? I just grabbed the green one. If I grab a blue one, then this is an all blue tentacle. Chaos or order?
Chaos. It's like you haven't met me.
Someone out there with OCD is dying. They're dying right now. Like, it could have been all blue. Could have been.
It's funny, because I'm usually the OCD guy. But when it comes to certain things,
But you're almost fixed.
I will vote chaos on purpose.
I'm going to actually cut this one. So I want to fix, I don't want to be doubled up like that. I want to be opposite. So I cut this one this way to bind it that way. And then I can run it across as I go. That does get really hot. It's like I was hitting it with a heat gun or something.
Same rule applies for heat gun that applies for Persona blades, Alan.
Yeah?
Yep.
Don't put anything in front of it, you don't want to get blisters.
Yep.
See, now I'm opposite, which is where I want to be.
And the plant monster did so around the barrel here is great. Around the top, like 3/4 of the barrel, but then it's kind of got a like hanging jugular thing because it doesn't fit the barrel perfectly.
It's a little bigger than the barrel. Yeah.
We can either suck that back up in there, but you're gonna kind of get foldies. Might get
Does it look bad?
Doesn't look bad. No. It kind of looks like the plant has a throat.
Is the whole circle or is the whole vertical in nature?
It's circle still
Great.
with a throat.
That's allowable.
It's definitely not a man-eating.
Right. We don't want one of those. Nothing to be afraid of, kids. Nothing to be afraid of.
Damage the rest of your life.
That was Rue talking. Okay, so now this is 3. And then I'll do that last one on here, and that'll make me happy. And if it makes you happy,
It can't be that bad. Why you so nice?
and this is a chance to fill in the empty space that I've got, because these guys kind of doubled up a little bit.
Oh, I just forgot I left a pile of these over there. Oh, excellent material.
Thicker?
Just different. Does it have the diamond plate there?
As long as you dish it away from the diamond plate, you're good.
Yep.
It's not plugged in, is it?
Totally fine. The table did.
Okay, so now I have another tentacle all ready to go. I've got 3 halves down here at the bottom and a hole, and that goes and that goes and that tapers down to 2 halves and a hole, and that tapers down to 1 half and a hole, and that tapers down to just 1. And then I've got this sweet little grabby, it's a graboid, right there. Okay. And spray paint actually works pretty well on these,
Yeah.
because spray paint works on this kind of foam. So gang, I wanted to show you that little trick, and because you were good, what?
Make you all completely seasick in the
That's right.
process.
And because you were good, I'm going to take you to the room where the giant flower is. Rue is working on the big petals, right? Can I have a petal? Thanks. Gotta grab my glasses. Edson says, happy birthday, Rue.
Thank you.
Rue's birthday was last week, and he had a great time. It was his favorite birthday ever, he said, because I went to his party.
Because you were there?
He didn't say that.
What were you trying to say?
I didn't say that. Hello, Ken. Orange blabbing the purple pool noodles. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Almatra art. Burr, burr, burr. In here is Alex and Stacy working away. There's Stacy's waving. Alex, you want to wave to the YouTubes? Just wave. There you go. They're making costumey stuff. Ivan,
Let's go. Go make stuff.
Ivan. Right now there's a genie lift in the way, but see that giant sucker thing? Pedal. Can't tell, but it's in a big pot. And then these leaves or petals will be all around it, making it look extra flowery. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, and now Jake has me at a Oops place. Yeah. All needs to be around there. Like it's a giant man-eating Mario flower. They're the best kind. And Jake is rigging up a surprise in the ceiling. But I just wanted to show you all those components. The nature of this video is that I can't show you the end product yet. But you get the idea. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Go make stuff.